going on, family? Thank y'all for joining me on another episode of Abandoned Voices. Joining me today, big brother, Mr. Ronald Scott.
Peace.
What's going
brother.
on, baby?
Peace, brother. I appreciate it.
Mr. Ronald is the CEO of Brothers at Peace. And Brothers at Peace is a non-profit, right?
Yes.
It's like a mentoring group.
Correct.
I say that right because sometimes I try to screw people stuff up, you know.
Yeah, man. It's a mentoring organization.
Organization, not group.
Yeah. So it's a mentoring organization based here in the city of New Orleans, man. We've been out here for about 4 years now, man.
4 years?
4 years, bro. And we're doing some serious stuff out here in the community, man. And hoping that on that light will change that we've been looking to see in the city for quite some time. So.
Yeah, we need it, man.
Oh yeah.
So what's like the age groups? Like little boys, big boys?
So the age group is between the age of 10 and 17. So when we first started, our age group was like 12 to 17. But as the influx of kids started coming in, we were getting kids younger and younger, and we developed kind of a waiting list with a 2-year span, getting these kids into the organization. So what was happening between that 2 years, the parents were getting, having problems with the kids. It was getting tougher and tougher for them. So what I did was I cut that 2-year span out of being 12 years old and broke it down to 10.
Oh, so you get them at 10.
So we get them at 10, and we can kind of supplement that gap, and we could get to them really, really early, man. It's really been working, man. But I separate the boys. We have our young boys and we have our older boys, and we separate them, but we still talk to them about the same issues, and I have them address the issues that they're going through in that same circle.
So it's like a big brother type program.
Yeah, so you can call it a big brother program, but it's truly based around education. It's based around the edification of being African American in our community, whether it be here.
Teach them the stuff they don't get taught in school, huh?
There you go. So they need to know who Mecca Evers is. So there's a lot of people that, in our school systems is just not brought up, like those James Baldwins of the world, that they just have no clue about. So I'm truly about the edification of our young African American men, and even our young African American sisters, being enlightened on who they are, as people. And the reason why I see that we suffer sometimes is because we can't identify with anything. We don't identify with anything great. And it's just the month of February right now, so we're going to get all the greatness of those that came before us, but then it shuts down, after the 28th, and we're not on it anymore. So my job is
keep it going year round.
Year round, man. And I truly believe that that's my calling and passion in trying to push these kids into secondary education as well.
How many kids you have over there at the organization?
So right now, man, we up to like 45 boys.
45.
Yeah, we have 45 boys in the program.
We got a big staff, huh?
Yeah, we working on getting a bigger staff, man. But as far as it comes, I am the executive director and head mentor. I mean it that way because I want to know all facets of my organization, and I'm very hands-on. And being that I started the program alone, as being the head mentor, it's kind of hard for me to take my hands off, because we start working with kids at that young of age, and you've been with them 4 years, you're literally starting to watch them grow up, and they don't, they get used to you, you get used to them. So it's kind of like you turn into a father figure, willingly and unwillingly. You know what I'm saying? The phone calls start coming like, hey, Mr. Scott, I need this. Mr. Scott, what's going on? Like, I'm having a problem at school. You're no longer Brothers at Peace, man. You Mr. Scott, and like, I need you. So it's kind of hard for me to draw back from that, man, because, like, for real, man, I love them, the boys, man, and they love me back, and there's nothing that I wouldn't do for them to help them move to the next level.
Wow, so you become almost like dad or stepdad to them.
Yeah, I mean, there's a ton of.
So how you balance that connection? Because once it becomes that close to them, is you still we got to leave and go back home and stuff like that. So
right. Well, you establish relationships not only with them, but you establish relationships with the parents, the grandparents. Like, everyone knows who I am. So when it comes down to these things, even the people at the school, I'll get phone calls from the actual school. Oh, so wow. Yeah. you develop these type of relationships with these kids, man, and once a kid trusts you, that's one of the biggest components of any mentoring organization, whether it be mine or another. Once that kid trusts you, you have to, there's a certain level of competence that you have to have at all times now. Because not only does the kid trust you, the mom trusts you, grandmother trusts you. You understand what I'm saying? The uncles that have been in his life and just trying to keep him on that right path, they all trust you to be there and not only to hold him accountable, but uplift him when he's doing something that's right. So it can be taxing at times, but I'll tell you one thing, man. The family structure that we have, along with the parents and the siblings of these children, it's really hard for those kids to kind of fall to the wayside, because we've created like a true family, and it's all hands on deck, man.
You got 45 kids, that's 45 families.
45 families, and I'm an only child, so I need that. I don't have any brothers or sisters, I don't have any siblings or anything like that, so I don't know the feeling of like having like family. So like I really depend on heavily with cousins and and friendships that I fostered over the years, man. I really take those serious, and I try to hold on to the valuable relationships as long as I possibly can.
Wow. So you ever had like any dads come to you like, man, I need help this boy?
Yeah, we have a few dads. I would say pretty much 97% of the boys in the organization are coming from single parent homes, single parent mother homes, but that other 3%, man, we got dads involved. So when we have tours or something like that, college tours, the fathers are present, and we have a father that is raising a son alone. And yes, he has come to me and said that he needs help, but together, working in tandem, I mean, that's an easy fix. We all know that, maybe we all don't know, but for those that don't know, any young man, whether it be African American or other, they only emulate what they see. You understand what I'm saying? So the neighborhood that they come from, we got to stop being so tough on them when they make bad decisions. You got to take a look at where they come from and what they're seeing every day. You know what I'm saying? That's normalized to them. You know what I'm saying? Somebody just bring,
the right becomes the wrong becomes right.
Yeah, it becomes right all the time.
When you get comfortable with the wrong, it becomes, man, that's the way it is.
That's the way it is, and this is the way it's supposed to be, right? I mean, it's all I've ever known. Right. So if a child is in a home where there is domestic abuse and he's watching his father beat his mother all the time, I mean, what are the chances when this kid gets older that he becomes a person that abuses his wife? It's all he ever knows, and we have to get to those root causes and root issues and learn to these kids are so desensitized, to sensitize them. I mean, make them sensitive and make them understand, like, okay, what you are watching may be wrong, man, but this is how we break away, by showing you right and how to do right. A lot of kids know right from wrong, but they don't know how to do right. They don't know what right. They don't know what doing right looks like. How do you do that? So I think it's very important. And yes, we do have fathers, and they're strong in the organization, man, and they're doing right by their sons. So I don't want people to think that it's just single parent mothers out here, man. They got some solid single parent fathers out here, man, that really care about their sons and the well-being of the community as a whole, and they're doing the righteous work right along with me, whether it be with my organization or outside.
Yeah, I've seen you online. Y'all be all over, man. Like, so y'all do like field trips and like it was a field trip, but it's not really. You know what I'm saying? I'm just calling it a field trip. But I know you're bringing them to see different things.
Yeah.
Like some of the kids, how they react to being outside of the norm, seeing like a different side of things. Like I said, I know a lot of kids probably come from areas where all they know is where they from.
That's it.
So you bring them to a college camp, you're like, damn, it's real.
It's absolutely real. Yeah, and that's the dopest part of the organization. That's the dopest part of the program. That's when I know that I'm gonna live forever. I'll live forever.
Like you expose them to something new. That memory of their first time seeing this,
I'll live forever.
It's with you forever time. So they tell their kids, whatever. First time I've been to out my neighborhood, I've been to water park with a fun water park with Mr. Scott.
That's it.
You know,
yeah, man.
That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, man. We try our best to make sure that these kids not only experience different things, but get outside of the city of New Orleans. Man, we love New Orleans with everything we got. All of us do. We love the culture. We love the way we talk. We love the way that we interact with one another. But sometimes, man, we got to change that scenery so these kids can know that, all right, there's life outside of New Orleans. We can always come back. We can always, you know, hit Mardi Gras. You may never leave, but I'm still going to go out and experience life outside of this place. And to expose them at such a young age, you know, to the possibilities that I wasn't exposed to until I got close to graduating from high school. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so what's next? So I'm like, I don't know. Like, man, I play ball, you know, I run track, but like is college real? Like,
exactly.
I've never known anybody that went off to college, you know? So,
hey, you know what you're saying is true, because a lot of people, including myself, I mean, I did a few things, but after Hurricane Katrina, that's when a lot of people was exposed to other places.
Right. We were forced into exposure.
It's like, wow, like it's more than just New Orleans East. You know, it's more than just uptown New Orleans. It's more than just Baton Rouge and La Place. And a lot of people saw, you know, outside of New Orleans, outside Louisiana, for the first time.
Yeah.
Experience other cities.
Right. And too, man, and we were forced into that exposure. I mean, we had no choice but to go. So, I mean, that's a good thing and a bad thing. We would hate that something so tragic had to happen to force us as individuals in a culture to see other things. But the blessing in that curse was that we were able to go and see other things and live in different cities. And guess what? The culture followed us.
Right.
Understand? I mean, New Orleans is something that's in you. I mean, you can't take that out. You can't take that red beans on Monday out of you. No matter where you at. You could be in Minnesota.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're going to cook red beans on Monday. Yeah. and your accent not going to change.
Not going to change.
So, I think to get back to your point, brother, that it's important to expose them, like right now at such a young age, is because now there are goals that are being set. They may not tell me, or I may not put something in front of them like, oh, man, here's a sheet, man. Tell me your goals now that you've been here. I already know when they get off the bus and they're looking at that big campus and they're quiet and they're just looking around and taking pictures and stuff like that. I got them. I got it.
Mine's wondering, there's something different.
Yes. So the wheels are turning up here now. The wheels are turning up here, and I don't have to go to them and say, so what you think about it? You know what happens? Get on the bus, they ride back, they're quiet, stare out of the window. As soon as we get back in the classroom setting, they pull me to the side. Hey, Mr. Scott, what do I need to do to get into college?
Right.
Gotcha.
Oh yeah, just bring it to them and show it to them.
That's it. Gotcha.
It's like sometimes people need that visual. You gotta touch it.
That's
touch
it.
The walls.
That's
you gotta
it.
see the walls. You gotta touch them.
It's tangible.
From a distance, talking about it, TV is one thing. Reading about it is one thing.
Right.
But standing on the campus, looking and seeing is like, wow.
Yeah. And that's with anything. I mean, it's not just college campuses, man. We do a lot. It's with anything. The kids need to know that it's tangible. What I failed at the most in life is because I was feeling my way around an adult. Like most of us did. We felt our way around an adult. But I didn't have someone to navigate or give me a roadmap. So that's why I make the mistakes. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I mean, any kid, man, if you cut the lights off in the room and tell them, man, find the light switch. Spin them around 1,000 times, find the light switch. They're going to make some mistakes. They're going to knock some stuff over. You understand what I'm saying? Like, they're going to do the most in that room. You can't judge them on it. They don't know what a light switch is.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying?
So they're looking for it.
They're looking for it. Somebody got to go over there and hit the switch, man. Now, you can see clearly. Now, don't bump into that. Don't bump into that. All right, go around that. And that could be people, places, and things. That could be a noun. Let's go around those. You understand what I'm saying? So, all of those things are teaching lessons, brother. Every last one of them. And I mean it. Not only will that live forever in them, but I don't know, and which is the beautiful thing about it, I don't know what happens from this point forward. Will one of those kids in the classroom become something so successful that they take the vision that I had for them and take it to the next level and save billions of kids.
Right.
I just don't know yet.
It started with one, man.
But it starts with one. The snowball effect started right here in New Orleans.
That's awesome. So you ever any kids actually graduated and left? Not yet. You said you've done about 4 years, right?
Yeah, 4 years. So now we get a chance to see the fruits of the labor. Our first one is graduating out. His name is Dontrell Mitchell, man, and I can't say enough about this kid.
You had him the whole 4 years?
I had Dontrell for like 2.5, almost 3 years. Yeah, probably about 2.5, 3 years. And he's graduating out, NOCA student. It's like a 4.8 GPA student. I was like, man, I didn't even know it went to 4.8. Like, man.
Neither me.
Yeah, like he's all the way up there, man.
4.8.
And he's a natural born leader, brother. That's why I really enjoy watching the maturation of that young man. It's not that he's absolved from making mistakes, but he's inquisitive and he wants to know, before I take this next step, Mr. Scott, what's on the other side of that wall?
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, before I open this door, like, what's on the other side of that? Like, what am I looking at? Am I looking at debt? Am I looking at I'm exposing myself to losing resources? Like, what does that look like on the other side? And that makes you, as a mentor, as a grown man, like, man, let me go pick up a book before I answer this little boy, man.
Right, because anything go wrong,
he's dependent on me to give him the right answer. So let me go pick up a book so I can answer this young man, you know what I'm saying, with the level of intelligence that he's coming to me with. But he's graduating out, and man, he's going off, and I'm not sending him off. He's earned his way to Case Western Reserve University in Cleveland, Ohio. So
when he came to you, how was it when he came to you?
When he came to me, quiet, reserved. He was still inquisitive, but I'm not going to say I'm the reason why he's moving on to the
part of it.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Of course. We exposed him to universities and making sure that the application process was smooth for him, make sure that he had the letters of recommendation, all of that type of stuff. You know, everything is all encompassing once we're in. Once we're in, we're in. And he is okay with being the mule of Brothers at Peace. And it's not a mule in the sense of, hey, we're gonna use you as a success story for the organization. That's not it at all. I mean, I don't care who knows about the organization. It's all of those boys in that classroom that have been sitting around him for years. Going to watch him go off to college. Yeah. And now they can see, not only have we been going to college campuses, now Dontrell is leaving and going to college.
You can see it could be done.
It's done.
Right.
You've been sitting next to him for the last 2.5 years.
Right, so it's right. That make that vision more clear.
That's right.
Make it seem more real life. Like,
right.
Oh, this is real life.
Yeah,
it really could be done.
It could be done. Because I tell them my college stories, and I had a blast in college. You know, and I really did. And I tell them my stories. They laugh, but I got gray hairs now, so some of the stories, you know what I'm saying, even though they love it, it's funny to them.
But it's still
I'm so far removed from college.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? That it'll resonate like it will with Dontrell.
With Dontrell,
he's getting ready to go into what they're asking about.
Touch it, they can see it, they can smell it. It's like, wow, this is really real.
Right, righteous.
So what's the youngest you have? You said 10, right?
Yeah, 10. Yeah, 10 years old. Yeah. And the younger ones, man, they're a mess. They're a mess because at that tender age, brother, there's no hold bars. Like, what's on their mind's gonna come out.
Exactly.
There's no filter. You understand what I'm saying? And they want to be like the big brothers. So they want to hang with the big brothers. If the big brothers over there playing football, oh yeah, they like the aggravating little brothers. They're going to steal the ball. They all in the conversation. They want to hear what they're talking about. If the big bros on the phone, they peeping, trying to see what they looking and listening to.
It might be kind of better when you get them younger.
Yeah.
You could shape and mold them from a younger age.
Yeah. And
now, like you say, they with no filter. So now you know their real emotions, their real feelings. They not.
Right.
Sometimes they're too young to even know how to really lie and hide things.
Right. Oh, they know how to lie and hide things. They don't disagree with you on that. They know how to lie and hide things. I mean, they're mischievous.
Right.
But holding them accountable and not demeaning them at the same time, man, is a beautiful art. You understand what I'm saying? So when I have them and when they make mistakes, always the parents tell me well before they get into the classroom setting. So I give them the opportunity to lie to me, and of course they're like, how everything was, man. Everything was great, Mr. Scott.
Not knowing, I'm only asking you because I read the truth.
yeah, man. You don't know that I've been suspended for the last 3 days, but everything been great, Mr. Scott. I'm telling you, man, I'm doing great at school.
And I just 3 days, huh?
Yeah.
That sounds like one of my sons.
And I would, I listen to them. I give them that opportunity too. But it's so dope that once I go around and listen to everybody's story, then I call them to the carpet in front of everybody. Like, no, that's not the case. I gave you an opportunity, man, to be righteous with me, and you misled me. So I'm not upset with you, but this is what's been going on with you. Can you explain that? I got all the way away from the fact that he misled me or told an untruth in front of, his brothers. I called them on it. We done with that. There's no need to beat them up no more on that.
Right,
we good.
Just need them to know that
I called
that wasn't right.
That ain't.
Just
be righteous with me. You ain't got to do that. Now, let's get to this suspension. What's the deal? All right.
Man, with 45 kids, man, do you ever get a day off?
Now, why they say no days off? Nah. Yes, I do. I have a beautiful work-life balance. You know what I'm saying? I work a corporate job as well on top of doing this.
45 kids and a corporate job.
Yes, and my family, and a family of my own, man.
Yeah, and the family of your own.
Yeah.
You're a busy man, huh?
I'm a busy man, brother. But the righteousness about what I'm doing, man, makes it that much more easier. Because I know that the rewarding is not down here. It's not down here, you know what I'm saying? Walking among the people that are trying to find their way. I'm just one of those people. That reward that I'll receive is just not earthly. So I understand my path. I understand what I'm doing, and I make time for it. What the old people say, man, you make time for what you want to make time for.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying? So I'm making time for what I want to make time for. I think that is important, and I think that it's edifying for myself, because I'm 40 now, in a lot of senses, you know what I'm saying, that's old to me, but a lot of people are like, man, that's not old. But being 40 and not knowing what I'm supposed to be doing in life, I would see as a failure to myself. Not knowing if I'm still feeling my way around in the dark at 40 years old. No disrespect to anyone else, but it's just to myself.
You're
right, my personal goal, that I have found purpose, that I'm trying to work toward finding that purpose. I'm not playing around out here. I'm really trying to do something, not only for myself and my family, but for those that have been in the position that I've been in growing up, which was that tough position of not having all of the proper resources that just catapult me up to the next level. So, yeah, man, busy, but righteous business.
Right, yeah,
righteous
business.
Yeah.
Busy with a purpose.
Busy with a purpose, brother.
It's different from just working and working. You know what you're doing, man. You could help change the world.
Yes, sir.
Help, like you say, all you need is one kid. It's a snowball effect.
Bang.
You know, one kid, he go off, teaches hundreds of kids. And that one kid go off, teaches more kids, and it's constantly growing.
That's right.
And sometimes, sometimes it take years, and you look back and you're like, wow, I started this.
Yeah.
It take years.
Yeah.
So you're 4 years in, and you didn't accomplish so much now. Imagine another 4 years from now. And like I said, the guys are getting ready to graduate and move on. He gonna always have that.
Yeah.
So man, that's awesome, man.
Yeah, man. And that's one of those things.
And we need more things like that, especially for our youth, especially in New Orleans.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't even say especially in New Orleans, especially everywhere. Especially everywhere, man. We so near and dear to it because we so close to it. You know what I'm saying? So like, I done been to Cleveland.
You know what? You're right.
Right.
Everywhere.
Well, I haven't been to Cleveland. I've been to Detroit.
I live in New Orleans, so
there you go. It feel different because it's yours. These your babies. It feel like your children. Like you watch the news, you see bus glass on the ground talking about they stealing out people cars and stuff. it makes you feel like you're a part of it. Like, man, it feel like they broke my glass out there. They feel like, man, that's my son out there, man. Like, it makes you feel that way. But in Detroit, they still ain't got clean water in Flint. You feel me?
Wow.
So
you're right, man.
Everywhere there's issues, bro. We just take them to heart because we at home. So again, that goes to the lack of exposure. In every city, man, that I've been to, I've heard everything from we got wars here. So we beef with wars. We beef with uptown, downtown, across the river, all of that type of stuff. Other places, man, they got gangs. You know what I'm saying? So they beef with gangs. And it's always something's a trigger. In every case, man, exposure and changing their minds is always the catalyst to change. And it always will be.
So you think the way you capture most kids is more exposure to positive things? Like the way, how you actually like get the kids like locked in. I know most people like you once they see celebrities and stuff like that, you know.
Yeah, that comes with the territory.
Yeah, you know, once a celebrity talk to a kid, I don't know why, but some like they listen to a celebrity before they listen to a person like who they see every single day.
Right.
So like, what's your way of like actually getting them to not say fall in line, but to see the vision of in themselves?
Right. Well, I would say number one, the parents are the biggest conduit to the organization, because they can actually see the change in their child. So they're gonna go tell other parents like, yo, heard about a lot of organizations, baby, this one works. Because my son used to do X, Y, and Z. He don't do none of that no more. So the parents are always gonna be the biggest component to the actual push of the organization and the success of it. So that's how you gain kids. But the other part about it is once you got the kid, we got to give kids a lot more credit. Especially kids that come from the street. They smart. They really, really smart. And they can spot a fake from a mile away. And if they would have saw in me like, man, he shifty, he a snake, he fake, I ain't coming to this no more, I wouldn't have a program.
Right.
I wouldn't have a program because the kids, man, it's an innate ability, man. They come from a surrounding where they always watching their back. They're always in a state of keeping everything close to vest. Exactly. They're already in a state of like, I'm gonna steal on you before you steal on me. Exactly. You feel me? So if I'm gonna put you in a class, now mama's like, I'm gonna put you in a classroom with this stranger, and now you already sitting like, man, you know what I'm saying? What this dude gonna say? What he talking about? But I come to you and I approach you in a manner with respect. I tell you my story. My story is similar to your story without you even opening your mouth. You understand what I'm saying? Click. I can trust him. And now that I do have your trust, I won't betray it either. So anything that goes on in your life, that's between me and you. You feel me? Like if you have a struggle, if there's something that we can handle and I can talk you through so that you don't have to go through that anymore, man, look, I got you. Everything that you learn doesn't have to be in a classroom setting. Be so approachable if you decide to go into this, just a word of it. Be so approachable that kid calls you to the side and then really opens up.
Yeah.
It's like, man, I got a bully and this is what I've been dealing with for so long, and now I feel like I gotta pop him out. You ready for that conversation?
Man,
you understand what I'm saying? So
that's a hard conversation to have.
Very hard conversation to have, but to talk that kid. Not saying that has happened in my organization, because I ain't no snitch and I ain't gonna never. That never happened, but still, cases are similar because like they don't know how to navigate yet.
And all you know is from the streets.
That's it.
We ain't gonna talk about it.
Man, if you feel played, you've been played. And if you feel played, bust a head. I mean, that's what we've been taught since we was little.
Yeah, exactly.
And you listen to Cash Money just like I did.
Yep.
So, just learning to navigate. And fortunately, myself you, my brother, we were able to live through it. But how many of your partners live by that? If you feel play bust a head, that you know them been locked up right now, or he gone.
Exactly. That's
because he just never made it past that point of the maturation of growing as an adult.
That's a whole nother show right there.
There you go.
Whole nother topic.
There you go.
For hours.
There you go. So we gotta capture him now. We gotta get the little man right now.
Right. Change his mind.
You gotta change his mind right now before he turn into a shooter.
Yep. I know this is kind of a crazy question, but
never a crazy question.
You have any people who be hating on you for doing this?
I hope not. I hope not, man.
These days, man, people hate on just the
true
anything.
True.
And something that's so positive as what you're doing, I can't see how people, not appreciate it.
I would say, for those, if that's happening, brother, for those, man, just God bless them. God bless them, brother, because I don't have hatred in me, and I would think that, even though I know I probably be wrong, that everyone felt this and feels and does the same thing that I do.
Mm-hmm.
But have weird things happen, and I'm like, yo, why would you do that? Yeah, that has happened, man. But two, I also give people the respect of saying, okay, maybe he had a bad day, maybe it's just something in the person, but I wouldn't say that anyone is hating on me, or if they are, I'll just say, look, man, God bless you, man, but I wish the best for all. But two, of anyone that is in a position of prominence or trying to do something, if someone is hating on you and you feel that, you know that you're on the right track.
Exactly.
You're on the right track then. I mean, people are trying to put roadblocks. They're trying to stop you. They're trying to silence you or do something that makes you want to just quit. You know you're on the right path. You're on the right path, man. So with any game, there's always going to be resistance, brother.
Exactly.
It's a slingshot. I always tell my biological kids, life is a slingshot. That's exactly what it is. It needs resistance. In order for that rock to travel the distance that you wanted to travel, you're going to need resistance. Somebody's going to have to pull it back. They keep pulling. But when they let you go, my brother,
you got to be ready.
And not only got to be ready, that rock is going out of sight. It's going way out there. So, I hope that there's no oppression. I hope that there's no one opposing me. I haven't had anyone come to me and say, man, this is somebody that's literally doing something to you, man. I just pray, man, to the Most High that's not going on, and I try to be as righteous as I possibly can to people that I work with,
mm-hmm.
or I'll have partnered with to do something for the kids, that I don't come off that way as well.
That's cool, man. That's cool.
Right on.
So how you get I know you said a non-profit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how you get funded for this? How you just it's all you?
It's all me, brother.
Oh,
so
man.
I fund.
You got 45 kids, man.
Yeah, man. But one of those things too, man. In due time, that will happen.
Mm-hmm.
We still on the groundwork and making sure that we do the groundwork. And again, too, if I was in it strictly for getting paid, this thing would have crumbled in 2016.
Mm-hmm.
I know what I'm called to do. I understand it now, and I've taken that on. And that had nothing to do with finance.
Mm-hmm.
It had nothing to do with finance. I seen that there was a need, and I met it. And again, that rewards, it may not be here. I mean, one day it might happen, but if it doesn't happen, I'm okay with that, because that reward isn't here.
Mm-hmm.
So, until something changes, I'm going to continue to, finance my own organization. It's my dream, and it's my passion. And you can't get aggravated because people don't follow or see your passion as something that's tangible. No, that's yours. That's yours. That belongs to you. So the person that's supposed to love it the most is you. And that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna love this organization. I'm gonna love these kids until somebody else loves it too and finances it and helps us move forward.
That's what's up, man. I saw you in the news. Anything on channel 6, I believe it was on the news.
Yeah. So we've done the news quite a few times.
I made the news, man. I mean, you making noise, making moves, man. Big moves, man.
Yeah, man. I appreciate those good people at WDSU, Fox 8, WBOK, iHeart, FM 98 over there. Sister Lisa, Mr. Harold Clark. Got a chance to meet Harold too, man. Bugged me out. I mean, some people have certain people that they want to meet, man, but I've been listening to Mr. Hal for years, man, on Sunday Morning Journal, because he's such a wealth of knowledge as well. And I've done his show quite a few times, but usually when I did his interview, I did it via phone. Mm-hmm. And then I actually went in for my last interview, and Miss Lisa did the interview, but Mr. Hal was in there, and they opened that door and I seen Mr. Hal Clark, and it's like, you haven't met him? No, man, I bugged out, yo. Because he's like a mentor on air. You understand what I'm saying? So you listen to him.
Even a mentor need a mentor.
Oh my God, man! And to listen to the way that he carries himself and the people that he puts on, on his actual show, all have a level of knowledge and some status, a base that you can use, from financial literacy to, I mean, gardening. I don't care, in real estate.
Exactly.
They're always somebody that can edify you. So I mean, big shouts out to Mr. Hal Clark and the good people over at iHeartRadio, FM 98 over there. So it's been a whirlwind, and I thank God for the connections and those people believing in what I do, and thinking that my voice needs to be heard when it comes to the airways, whether it be television or radio.
Man, I see you doing some big things in the city, man. I see you moving forward with this. I mean, it's almost like a no-brainer. Like, these people need help. Kids need help. They need to be helped. And to find somebody that's positive, actually helping them, and not only, like I say, it's one thing I'm just saying it, but when you see it, and you see the kids' lives changing, you know, that's
all you need, bro.
Right. It's like before your eyes. Like, wow, this boy was wilding. Now this boy reading. It's like, hold up now. He went from wilding to reading. That's what more you need. You know, he went from thugging to, you know, he's in school. You know,
come to find out, he's a hell of a basketball player.
Exactly.
He's just been thugging for too long.
Right. There you go. I mean, what more you need, you know?
Yeah, man. So
how can you be reached, man? You know, on Instagram, you know, on YouTube.
Okay, yeah.
Everything's there.
This is the shameless plug time. You ready?
Yeah, man. Definitely.
All right, man. So we can be reached on all social media platforms at Brothers at Peace. That's Brothers at Peace, spelled correctly. And our website is www.brothersatpeace.org. On there, man, you can follow everything that we're doing with the kids. You can see all of the university tours that we have upcoming with the young boys. You can register your child. You can register to be a mentor. You can also purchase one of the shirts or hoodies that we have. One of the ones that I'm wearing right now on the website, and those proceeds go to our trips or doing something for our kids.
All right.
Yeah. So every dollar that we bring in, it helps with, you know, those trips for the kids, and you know, maybe, you know, taking care of the lunch while we're out there on the university tour. So every little bit helps. We also now my children set me up with this thing called TikTok now.
I heard about it. Well, everybody know about it. I don't know what it do, but I know it's a
thing.
Something.
Yeah.
But I don't know what it's about. But you know,
we dinosaurs, bro. We still talking about Facebook and stuff.
38, you know what I'm saying?
Man. So and TikTok is the new wave. So my kids, they set me up with TikTok, so we can be followed on TikTok. That's Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, Facebook, and Twitter. For the most part, I think that's all.
Do you have like a donation set up so people could actually, people who's not part of it, who may not have kids, just want to? The website. You go to the website. There's a button right there, smack dab in the middle of the page.
Definitely gotta hear that. Yeah, man, and you hit the donate button, man, and to your heart's desire, man, you can give to this organization, and it'll be greatly appreciated. And not only when you give to the organization, you'll be able to see if you follow us on Instagram. If anyone that is watching this video doesn't follow us on Instagram, you'll be able to see if you decide to donate where your money is going, because we're always doing something with those kids.
That's why I asked, because I always see you doing stuff with them. There's a lot of kids, and you're a non-profit, like, you know.
Yeah, man. So, yeah, go ahead and push that donate button.
Definitely, man.
Do what you will. Whatever God that puts in your heart to donate to the organization, it'll be greatly appreciated. And it's tax deductible as well, man. We are legit. We're a gold star, a gold seal of approval with Guide Star, which is the precipice.
What's that?
It's the precipice for organizations, man. The platinum status is the very last status, and we're working on our platinum status right now. So we're the real deal.
It's like when you're a real organization, like the BBB type of thing.
Yes. That means that we're able to be notified.
I mean, you're certified from somebody important. That y'all
all across the country. All across the country.
Right.
Anyone, they can find Brothers at Peace and see what we're about. But I would say, man, before I get out of here, if you got righteousness in your heart, hold on. I work at a university. Hold on. If you have righteousness in your heart,
you gotta say it right.
You gotta say it right, man. If you have righteousness in your heart, do something about it, man, and go out there and try to do your best to change a life. It may not have to be 45 lives, but a life. Because if you change the right life, you've done your job. So, man, peace and blessings to all that have been watching this video, supporting Brothers at Peace. It's been a wild ride, man, but with God's grace, man, we keep chugging along and we keep winning. So, peace and blessings. And brother, I appreciate you.
Yes, sir. No, thank you, man.
Thank you so much, man, for having me.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you again, man. And there y'all have it, man. Brothers at Peace. Thank you again, man.
2 fingers.